Hello and welcome to your Dogtra e-collar functioning video. We're going to kind of go over the basics of how to get the most out of your collar and recall. So this is your handheld remote. This is obviously your collar. To turn the collar on and off, there's a red button on the back of the remote and a red button here on the collar. You will hold those two together. There will be there's a little light that flashes there, green, there it is. That lets you know that it is on. You can always, it will flash every few seconds, letting you know that it is on. So you can see it there, green. So that is on now. Same thing to shut it off. You'll push those two little buttons together. You can see it there, flash red. That's how you know it is off. Okay, so the handheld remote, there's this blue button here on the side. That is your button to turn the remote on and off. Hold it, press it to turn it off. Hold it to turn it on. This is your dial. It will change the intensity of your stimulation, not vibrate. Vibrate is at one setting only. It does not change intensity. This goes from level 0 up to 127. You will go over your working level with your dog based on the training and my recommendations from the training. And we'll kind of work on the working levels and kind of the levels that your stimulation, every dog's different. So there's no specific for every dog. So we see all different kinds of ranges. So this front button, like I said, is for vibrate, and you will use that in some situations. Occasionally I just like to mix in some vibrate instead of the stimulation for recall. Sometimes some dogs, the vibrate is can be, more corrective than used for a lot of corrections because they just find it so aversive. And then these two buttons here on the side are for the stimulation, which is corresponding to this number here, intensity. So this one here, if you press it and hold it, as long as you're holding the button down, it will give you the dog stimulation for up to 30 seconds. This other one that just has the dimples shaped in an N, you can press it and hold it, but it just will give them a quick little zap like that. The other one, see, you can hold, as long as you hold it, it will give the dog stimulation up to 30 seconds. So those are how those work. See, this one, I can hold it, but it still just immediately goes. I'm still holding it. The flashing light just is showing us that power is on. So I'm not pressing anything, and it still will occasionally flash that green light. So those are kind of the basics on the hand operation of your remote. So we're gonna do some basic recall stuff with Mr. Willie here to just kind of show you the basics of what to expect. So what I like to do is I always like to, you will say the dog's name and the command, which would be, Willie, come here. And you would immediately, within 1 to 2 seconds after saying that command, you would start tapping this button here. This is the button you're going to use most of the time. Vast majority of the time, this is going to be the one. And like I said, you can mix in some of this. This one we'll use mostly for correcting. But like I said, I just get used to using this one here. This tapping this one will give the same effect as tapping this one. So either one of these is fine. Just tapping either one of them, but holding this one does no good. You can tap either one of these. So the way that recall works, you go, Willie, come here, and you start tapping, and he comes to you. So Whenever the common mistake that we see with this is people will often, they'll say the dog's name, Willie, come here, and they'll tap a few times. The dog will start to come back, but then it will kind of veer off, or go back to doing whatever it was doing. And the reason for that is they're not tapping it the whole way back. I want you to tap till the dog gets to a nice 3 to 5 foot distance from you. I don't want you to get in the habit, especially early on, of just tapping once or twice and then letting the dog get used to coming back. I want you to tap it the whole way back. So again, Willie, sit. Good boy. So I'll show you again how we do this. So you'll say, Willie, come here. Start tapping. Yep, good boy. And then we give him a treat. That's my boy. Yes, good boy. Okay. So that is really the basics of the recall with the e-collar. It's such a fantastic tool for recall. So again, we'll give you another example. Willie, sit. Good boy. So again, you can see the green light as I'm tapping. Willie, come here. Yep, good boy. And I stopped tapping right as he got to that acceptable distance that I like. Good boy. We're going to give one a pin just because. No. And so some little things about like what to do if your dog, say, is you're out and about and they're just not coming back to you on a typical setting. What we recommend is you would say, so Willie, say he's at a level 2. And you say, Willie, come here, and you start tapping. He does, oh no, I don't want to come. And I just would start bumping it up 2 or 3 at a time. So I go to a level 4, then I would go to a level 7, then I would go to a level 9. And I would just repeat the process. Each time I bumped it up, so I'd say at a level 6, Willie, come here. He says, oh, I'm not going to come. I would stop. I would turn it up a little bit. I would say, Willie, come here. I would start tapping again. If he didn't immediately start coming to me, I would stop, turn it up again. Willie, come here, until I found that working level that he said, okay, I'm on my way. And that's how we usually find that. But occasionally there might be a situation where you need to bump it up. If there's an emergency situation, say, where it could be a very just like, detrimental, or a safety issue, something like that, I would highly recommend you just roll this dial up. You just roll it up to 25, 30, what it was already set at. So add 25 or 30 or whatever it is. So it's out of 10, roll it up to a 40. Don't even, just roll it up to whatever. Press the button, press the stimulation button. If you got to press it and hold it down for a little bit longer, whatever it is, to get the dog's attention, to snap them out of chasing. If they're going to say maybe run into traffic, run up to another dog, something like that. I want that dog to snap out of that focus immediately and bring their focus back to me. If the dog gives you a little whoop, a little cry, I'm perfectly fine with that. We needed to snap them out. It was an emergency situation. It's more startling. It's not painful for the dog. It's startling for the dog. So there's no lasting effect as far as pain goes whatsoever. There's no marks. There's no lasting sensation. You can try it on yourself. It's there and then gone. So I want you to keep that in mind, how to kind of troubleshoot and also deal with emergencies. So that's kind of the basics with your Dogtra training collar. We'll give you one more example here. So it's, again, Willie, come here. Yep, good boy. Very good. And thank you for Mr. Willie Mays Desjardins for our excellent examples. And appreciate it from Desjardins Dog Care. we look forward to seeing you all soon. Thank you. Best wishes.